Welcome back, everybody. This is the Barcode Mixer, and today we're coming at you from a new location. We haven't been here before, but this is Kaori in Brickell, Miami. Kind of like in the downtown area, a little farther away from downtown, but and I have Alex Velazquez.
How's it going, guys?
I met Alex recently, actually, at the Golden Boy. So big shout out to those guys over at the Golden Boy.
We love you guys, by the way. We love you.
Patricio and Robbie. So yeah, they introduced us that day.
It was pretty cool. When I got there, there was a bunch of industry people, and I'm a shy person, so it's kind of hard for me to when I'm out in big crowds to go up and introduce myself, But I know it looked like you were like homies with the boys, and homies of my boys are homies of me too,
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta go say hi, introduce myself, and that's how we met, starting off, and I'm honestly happy because this is cool right here, coming together and getting this going.
And it's so funny how we're connected through so many people because Heido works here.
Yeah.
I met Heido through someone I used to work with, who she introduced us on the last day that she was about to leave, and we all just connected. So it's so cool how you don't know who's your next connection in this business, right?
No, you really don't. This is why I love what I do too. You never know who you're sitting in front of and who you're talking to. And by the way, Heido is great. We love Heido over here.
That's the little homie, bro.
Yeah, he's good. He's learning a lot too, man. Hopefully we can get him behind the sticks pretty soon.
He's excited about that.
Oh yeah,
he really is.
Yeah.
And he likes it here too because he says that you guys have a really cool bar program.
Yeah, man. Beverage program is it's super. I wouldn't say super deep, but it's very detailed. We put a lot of thought and unique flavors into our menu, and it's honestly one that if you haven't come by and tried, you definitely have to come by and try.
So how long have you been bartending altogether?
I've been bartending for a little while. I started in New York, right? But I went to bartending school in New Jersey back in 2018 with my best friend. Okay. Yeah, it's funny because we both graduated high school in 2016, and 2017 we took the summer off, just hanging out. I went to a JUCO's school to play baseball. Okay. Over in Orange County where I live, and he went off to school in South Carolina, and then when he came back, we both wanted jobs together. We're like, how can we work together and have a good time? And we're like, dude, we should just be bartenders, like we can bartend together. And they're like, yeah, you know what, let's do it. So what's funny is that we found this school, Mix 'em Up Bartending, in Verona, New Jersey. Verona, New Jersey, and that's where we got our bartending license back in 2018. And we got jobs together in Newburgh, New York. So, in Newburgh, New York, there's a waterfront where there's like a couple of restaurants and bars. Sure. But it's very popular with like college kids. Like Marist was nearby. There's a bunch of big schools nearby. And that's where everyone would go for like going out, spring break and things like that. So that's where we started working. We started working at Billy Joe's Rib Works, and that's where we ended up. I was like, damn, I really like this. This is fun, And
you got bit. Yeah, you got bit by the bug.
Yeah, I got bit by the bug. Yeah, but yeah, man, it's been quite a while since 2018.
It's really cool because like a lot of people, say that the whole bartending school is a scam and this and that, but honestly, man, I think it's totally worth it. Like now, what I think is the scam about it is when they say, "Oh, you got your bartender's license."
Yeah.
Has anybody ever asked for that?
Nope. Nope. I was waiting for you to nope. It's more of experience now, Yeah. It's nice to have that be on your belt, to be like, I went to bartending school and I know, but like, to be honest, dude, there were some drinks that I learned in bartending school that I have not made since.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in bartending school.
Yeah.
I like you, I also went to bartending school. So like I don't like when people like kind of shit on it, I'm like, listen, man, it's not as bad. But I was working construction. Okay. So I had never worked in a restaurant a day in my life. And it was during the recession, so I was, laying asphalt and doing all that, and then all of a sudden money dried up. Mm-hmm. So I had to do something. So I'm like, I could work at night and then try to, revive my business during the day. Yeah. And I went to elite bartending school on the beach. I think it's still around. I think
Elite Bartending
It's
School.
called Elite Bartending School.
Okay.
The cool thing about that school was that from what I hear, it's different than anybody else, is the fact that this school was at a club. So back in the day, there was a club called Club Play, or right on Fifth Avenue, like when you get off the bridge to go to the beach. It was either it changed its name from Club Fifth to Club Play, or vice versa. And you did it there, and you actually learned in that environment behind an actual bar. So that was cool about it.
How long was it, the school?
I don't remember. I think it was 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
I think so.
Did they so for this bartending school, did they have like all of the bottles that you would
Everything.
see, and but like with food coloring and things like?
No, we were making
or
real
was
drinks.
was it actual? Okay.
Yeah, we were making real. So in the beginning, yeah, we were using like just water and food coloring and stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
The owner, which I don't know if he's still with the company, but the owner or part owner, his name was Austin. Great dude. From Long Island, New York, actually, I think. He was from Long Island. And he had been in Miami for a while. He worked at the Clevelander. So it was being taught by people that were still bartending in the business, which was actually really cool.
Yeah.
And one of the things he said, because back then we didn't use jiggers, it was our count. He was like, he didn't want to teach us with water because water moves faster than alcohol.
Yeah, it's a different viscosity. Yeah.
So that was what so he showed us with water first and how to get the bottles. And then they also taught a flair program if you wanted to learn flair. So you would sign up for like that was another whole week or whatever. So talk to me about the menu here. Like,
so we're Pan-Asian, modern Asian. We have a mix of all Asian food. So it's Chinese, Thai, Malaysian,
right,
Korean, Japanese, and our chef Seth Fatah. He's got a great mind up there, man. The flavors he puts together are insane, and they all complement each other 100% of the time. They're really good, man.
That's awesome.
He put out a menu for New Year's Eve, and it did really well, And we try and work with the kitchen as well with like seasonal flavors. So it's like if they're bringing in a fruit for this season, we're like, all right, how can we maybe make a special on the menu for that? We actually have an insert on our menu. So like our menu is the bar menu is divided into a couple of categories, right? We have the currents, we have staples, and then we have our classics.
How many cocktails on the list?
14, 15.
That's a pretty big.
14, 15.
That's a pretty big cocktail list.
But including the classics, So
right.
Specialty wise, we have 11. We have 11. Yeah.
So 11 house originals.
House originals.
And then you have a couple classics on there.
Couple classics, and then some of our house originals, there are spins on classics,
Sure.
So it's cool, I love how bartending and just like this creation, it stems from things that you go out and you see and you taste,
Right.
So it's like everybody's kind of taking influence from each other. So I love that about the cocktail, just the cocktail, like cocktails in general and bartending in general.
Right.
Like we go out to a cool spot and we're like, dude, these flavors are what are like, these are really good.
Yeah.
And we come back to work and we're like, all right, how can we make something similar but not the same? Because you don't want to take somebody else's work, but you still want to. We all help each other out in that sense. We all take ideas and do our own things with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the menu is really good, man. We're also a Michelin Guide recommended restaurant. So that's what we talk about all the time here too, is that like a lot of Michelin Guide recommended restaurants, they have, thank you, they have like a lot of them have dope beverage programs, but like we're Michelin Guide recommended, and we also have like a really good beverage program.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of spots that offer both of those,
No.
We're trying to get recognized hopefully for the bar soon. It would be amazing to get like top 100 Discovery or something, top 50 Discovery. But all comes with the grind, all comes with working hard and putting out flavors and being consistent. Consistency is key.
For sure. For sure. And as far as the cocktail program goes, what are you guys doing? Because I know that every time I talk to Heido, he's like, man, there's so much prep to be done. And I was upstairs and I saw you guys dehydrating cilantro up there in a little dehydrator. So it looks like from what I can tell, and it just makes sense from what you said earlier, that you're doing stuff in collaboration with the chef. And so are you guys doing like savory cocktails in mind with like that pairs well with the food?
Yeah. So, well, so for New Year's Eve, chef made a clam dish with, and it was like Tom Kha style, right? Tom Kha style broth. And it was really good. And we actually have a Tom Kha cocktail on the menu. So we were telling the servers, this would be the perfect dish to pair with this cocktail, because you have something warm, and Tom Kha like broth. The clams are super they were cooked. They're good, nice and umami and savory. And then you have the cocktail, which is also a little bit of umami and savory, but adds that citrus note. Yeah. You get we use Brugal 1888 in that cocktail, so you get a little bit of that rum flavor, aged rum, lemongrass, ginger. So it's like similar flavors, but a little bit different, and they pair very well together. That's the idea for our menu too. We wanna make sure that everything pairs really well with what we have on the menu. Right. We have one dessert cocktail we actually put out recently, the matcha latte, and it's very unique. We do the matcha latte in an Irish coffee style mug, crushed ice, and what is everybody drinking now? Strawberry matcha, right? So we're doing a strawberry foam on top of the matcha latte with a sprinkled salt. The salt makes the flavors pop a lot. Of course. Yeah. And I taught Haido him how to make the strawberry foam, and also we have a chocolate bonbon that we make in house now for one of our cocktails. Okay. And bro, it took myself about a month to get the ratios down perfect. Right. For this chocolate. And then after, I was like, dude, I feel like Willy Wonka. I'm over here tempering chocolate and molding chocolate, and I'm like, dude, like some bars, like a lot of bars have like these top bars have pastry chefs that do these things for them, Yeah. And I'm like, oh man, I wish I had a pastry chef, but we don't, unfortunately. So I was like, I got to figure this out myself. This man Haido got that down in 2 weeks, bro. He's dude, like it took me. He gives a lot of care into what he does, and that's why we love him here, man. He's like, if you don't care about what you do, then why are you doing it? Yeah. So he's got a lot of love for it, and that's why, like, when he tells you about all the prep that he does and everything that he's doing, he's very proud of it, and I'm happy that he is, because
that's important. Yeah, it's really important. It's also important, like, last time I saw him, because we interviewed. The last time I saw him, I was interviewing Harry from Senora Martinez. Okay. I don't know if you know Harry, and then he knew I was coming. This was last week, and then he said something that I didn't really think about. And he was like, hey man, I'm so happy that you're putting, the young guys on the show now. And it's so funny because it wasn't on purpose, right? But when I started the show, I was interviewing people that I knew, and I'm 42 years old, so everybody that I knew was like kind of my age, and it's easy to be like that old grumpy bartender, like, oh, these kids don't care, they just blah blah blah. That's why, like, a lot of, and yeah, but it's also really refreshing to see guys like you that care, that want to be in the business, right? And not that I'm, gonna be here like, oh, my generation is better than yours. We sucked too when we were young. Like we all sucked when we were young. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we grow, like everyone grows. Yeah. Say people change every 7 years or something like that. Oh yeah. So it's like that's in everything. Not just like the smaller things. I'm sure you've probably learned a lot, like doing interviews with different people.
And, for sure.
Because like I said, times do change, so it's a lot different. And
you have to stay relevant. Yeah. Like in this business, if you have to stay relevant, and you have to see what the trends are. Not that you want to be trendy, right? Because like trends come and go, but you want to stay consistent with upward momentum.
Also, the gym has helped me in this aspect.
It does.
In this bartending aspect, because
it keeps your powder dry, dude.
Yeah, it's like we deal with some crazy, not all the time, but we deal with some crazy guests, and we deal with some crazy situations. So I feel like the gym has definitely, it's taught me how to like, you know, just be calm and you know, like just patience with everybody, you know, because when I'm in the gym and I got my headphones on, it's like I can bring like a different rage, you know, like all the rage in that gym is just stays there, you know, and everything else is.
What's your go-to playlist for pumping?
For pumping, it changes, but recently I've been listening to a lot of drill, like a lot of like UK like Brooklyn drill. Yeah. I've been listening to drill, and then I've been getting into like a little bit of EDM.
What exactly is drill? What is that?
So it's how do I explain drill? I believe it started in the UK.
Okay.
And it's like super like the beats are like super.
Is it like rock or is it like EDM?
No, it's rap.
Oh, it's rap.
Yeah,
okay.
it's rap.
Oh, gotcha.
It's like street. It's like street rap.
Gotcha.
And there's have you heard of Pop Smoke?
Yeah.
So Pop Smoke is like he was one of those New York artists.
Is that considered drill?
Yeah, like like rap, New York drill.
Yeah.
And,
all right. I didn't know it was okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So if you know what Pop Smoke sounds like,
Yeah,
it's
I love
like
Pop Smoke.
it's in that regards, right? And then like there's like different artists that after Pop Smoke passed away, you know, there's different artists that came up and
Gotcha.
and like Sleepy Hollow, Chef G. These are all like Brooklyn drill rappers that like they when you turn them up and for me, you know, for me personally, you turn it up in the gym, you know, it's a different level,
I feel you, dude.
different level of locked in.
I feel you.
There's like UK drill popping up right now too, you know. You just see that Timothy Chalamet and
Right.
SD Kid, you know, So like,
see, I didn't realize that was called drill.
Yeah,
I just thought it was hip hop.
Yeah, that's like UK drill.
Nice.
Yeah, it's. I don't listen to that when I'm on the way to the beach. You know, it's like that's when I listen to like Bad Bunny and you know I listen to like you know those.
That's funny.
Those calmer artists, you know, R&B and things like that. But no.
Yeah, my gym playlist is similar. Like I like a lot of that old, but for me it's more old school. Like I listen to a lot of Wu-Tang.
Okay.
So and I want the grittier Wu-Tang. I want the rah stuff, right? Or it's like Limp Bizkit and Rage Against the Machine.
Okay. I'm not too familiar with those two. Dude, I gotta step up my music game, man. I gotta say.
Like we're talking about 93. You know what I'm saying? 93, 90, 98.
Okay.
Like that's the type of like, you know, every once in a while like throw Metallica or Five Finger Death Punch in there because like the heavy metal stuff. But
yeah.
I don't do the heavy metal much anymore because I tend to hurt myself.
In the gym? Yeah, you start.
Because I'm like, I could then all of a
feel
sudden,
like Superman.
my shoulder.
Yeah, I feel like Superman.
But but dude, no, going back to what you were saying earlier about working out, it's super important because it actually helps you with work-life balance in this business.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because like, you know, like a lot of there's a lot of hedonistic behavior that happens in this business, right? So like you get out of work and you're gonna hang out with the staff and your boys and this and that, and you're drinking till 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and then the next day you're wrecked, right? But like if you have that regiment where like, nah, bro, I can't skip this workout. You know what I'm saying? Like my whole thing is I try not to skip, or actually I haven't in a while. If I don't work out today, I gotta do it tomorrow. Yeah. And if it's not tomorrow, I try not to combine 3 days in a row of not working out. Because if not, then I'm fried.
No, that's a good way. That's a good way to do it. You know, and especially in this industry, it's hard. Like you said it yourself. You know, it's some nights become later nights.
Yeah.
You know,
and we're eating like garbage at 2 o'clock in the morning because you get home, there's nothing open, so you got to hit that Taco Bell drive-through.
Yeah, trust me, I did that 2 nights ago. But it's all about, you know, like there's nothing wrong in doing that. It's all about just doing it in moderation. You know, so for me, you know, and it all depends on like what your goal is when in the gym aspect. Obviously, we don't all want to be bodybuilders, you know.
Yeah.
But if your goal is to like stay healthy and
functionality, man,
and like functionality and living just a better lifestyle. Definitely the gym has been my reason to be like, hey man, like I can't go out, you know, I can't go out tonight. I gotta wake up early and hit the gym, you know. And it's definitely a work-life balance, you know. It's a good work-life balance for me, you know. Obviously, you know, a lot of people don't want to go to the gym. You know, it doesn't have to be the gym. You can go for a walk, you know, any type of
or like some people like to ride a bike or go kayaking, whatever.
Just go outside. Just go outside. Get that vitamin D. You know, it's very important because sometimes we can be in the shadows and bartending at nighttime.
Dude, we live at night.
That's what I'm saying. We're all vampires at the end of the
We live
day,
at
so
night.
we need some sun. We need some sun.
We definitely need some sun.
Yeah.
Dude, so I think I prepped you for this, but I want to ask our question that we ask here.
Yeah.
We are the Barcode Mixer, and we say that we live by the code. That's our motto here, and I want to know, what code do you live by?
For me or I just feel like in general, you grow up with certain attributes, and you grow up with like certain things that you know you wouldn't do, or that you would do, So for me, I think that the code that I live by is that like staying grounded, and then for me, like my no will always be a no, my yes will always be a yes. So it's like depending, like I feel like a lot of people, not talking about anybody specifically, but a lot of people will change their answers depending on the group or the situation they're in, And I feel like for me, my code has been, no matter who I'm with or no matter where I'm at, whatever we're doing, if it's a no for me, it's a no. If it's a yes, it's a yes. It's about, for me, staying grounded, and like life changes. Everybody goes through life changes, and everybody, things change.
Right.
So I just feel like throughout our lives, throughout our lives we have a form of who we are, and just not losing sight of who you are at the end of the day. Not losing sight of like what your goals are, and what you want to offer to this world. And I feel like a lot of people change over time, and I feel like just staying grounded and being and knowing who you are is like that's my code. That's who I live by. That's what I live by.
That's a great code to live by, man.
Yeah.
You are authentically you.
I think that staying true to yourself is probably my code that I live by, is staying true to myself.
That's a great code to live by, man.
And you stay true to yourself, you're true to everybody else.
Yeah. That's very true. That's very true. Yeah. That's super important. And what you said in that code, that you're like, oh, I'm the same. My yes is yes and no is no with this group of people and with this group of people. That's super important, because there's certain people that you ask 7 different people about this person and you'll get 7 different answers, because they're a different person with the.
Yeah.
Now, not saying that you can't be diverse as a person and have very different group of friends,
Yeah.
right? Like, I think I have like 3 or 4 different groups of friends that the only thing in common between this group, and this group is me, right? And sometimes this group can hang out with this group, but never with that group, right?
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things. But you are still the same person in all those 3 groups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's
important.
I think it's also hard, to be that way, because like you at the end of the day, like in order for you to do that, you have to not care about what anybody thinks. It's like, and that's one of the hardest things for people, is that they cater to the crowd, and they cater to who they're with.
It's one of the hardest things to know who you are, yeah. But also, once you do that, once you don't care about, and when we say, oh, we don't care what people think, obviously we all care to a certain extent, but you don't care to change yourself to fit someone else. That's when we say, oh, I don't care what people think about me. No, I don't care to change. I do care what people think about me. Oh, it sucks if you don't like me, but I'm not going to lose sleep over it.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So, but when you realize that, it actually becomes easier I feel like it's harder to be fake than authentic, because then you have to remember what you said to this person and how you acted around this person, and then all of a sudden, like, you have a couple of drinks and your true personality comes out, and then I was like, oh, this guy's not like that. And then they get offended. They take offense to it, because like now they're seeing who you truly are, because you held back around them before, and it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
So if you're like this all the time, then no one can tell you anything, because they're like, oh no, he didn't flip on me. He's just being himself.
Yeah.
And they can't even get mad at you for that.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's definitely been it's been a learning process for sure. I wasn't always like this,
no, of course not.
Like growing up, like obviously you start hanging around the wrong crowds and things like that, You know, my dad was a big advocate of finding the right group of friends. You know, it's like your friend group, your friend group is who you are at the end of the day. You know,
dude. So we're gonna get out of here, but I want you to give me what are the hours of operations here? When can the people come see you?
Yeah. So hours of operation, we are open from 5 p.m. During the week. We're closed on Sundays during the week. So Monday through Thursday, we are open from 5 to 11. And then Friday, Saturdays, we're open from 5 to 1.
Cool.
Excuse me. DJs come in Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They play vinyl at 8. So from 8 to 12, they play vinyl. Nice. We have happy hour every day from 5 to 7, except for Sundays. And if you guys haven't had the happy hour, so we recommend for anybody that comes to Kaori, we believe that Kaori is like a 3-tier experience. You come in for maybe last hour of happy hour, or it doesn't matter, maybe both hours of happy hour. Try some of the bites that are on the happy hour. You know, we do oysters for $1.50. They come fully dressed with a carrot, ginger, and turmeric mignonette. They're delicious. Florida oysters, farm raised. We also have other plates on there. We have a couple of cocktails in the happy hour as well. And then after happy hour, maybe after a bite or some drinks, you go upstairs and you have dinner. Like we're Michelin Guide recommended restaurant as well, so the dinner is phenomenal. And then after dinner, come down, maybe join us for an after dinner drink, and then listen to the music and the vinyl and everything that's going on.
Nice.
It's probably I think, and we've all agreed, it's probably the best experience you can have here at Kaori.
You can make it a night.
Yeah, you can make it a night, and then you know, you can also go around. There's a couple of bars nearby. You know, we got our friends over at Sexy Fish. You got a Panamericano down the street, Casa Tua. You got the Tea Room. So there are some dope bars around the area that you can hit after or before. You know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I'm here Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. But honestly, come by any day. You know, like the guys are great, man.
Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays.
Yeah.
So you're off Monday, Wednesday.
I'm off Sunday, Monday, Wednesday.
Sunday, Monday, because you're closed Sunday.
We're closed Sunday, but I'm usually majority of the time I come in one day I'll come in Monday 1 week and I'll come in Wednesday the next week to do like R&D, work on some batches, you know, whatever we're working on.
Nice. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, dude, there you have it, guys. This has been Barcode Mixer. We are here with, we were here with Alex.
Hey, thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me.
Coming in.
Yeah. Appreciate it was dope. It was cool talking to you guys, and hopefully, you know, you guys come in and experience Kaori and you know, stay tuned for the next Barcode Mixer because this is dope. Yeah, it's dope.
We'll probably get a live. We gotta work the logistics on that. I want to get a live streaming of you behind the service board.
That'd be cool, man. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next week. Cheers.
Peace.